Hi, Patreon. We're going to try something different here today. Actually, we're going to try a bunch of new things. As per request, some of you know who you are. The process behind the making of music in the Alexander studio was one of the requests. So I figured I was going to do a different project, but this one needs to be done, so you're on board. Some of you may have heard, I have two producers, and one of them is Canticles. Matthew Maurice does Canticles, and I produce for him every other month. I produce a piece of music for him. And the other guy is Mark Maverick, who is a hypnotist, and I have done a couple songs, well, done a whole show for him. We were waiting to get the show off the road, but he's asked me to rewrite the same conceptual songs that were in the original production of Magical Mind Machine. He wants them done in more of an electro pop sound. So what I'm gonna do is kind of take little videos as I go, the process of how to do this, put it all together. Hopefully it'll be something fun for you guys. I'm not gonna make you watch the next 3 days worth of work, because that's gonna take forever. But I figured you might find it fun. I'm just starting out right now. I have no idea what I'm doing, so you guys get to see how I make stuff up. I'll try and reveal all the deep dark secrets as they go along. Right now, I've got nothing. I've got a few scribbles on a piece of paper that he told me that he liked me to do, and I'm gonna have to come up with something. The way it works for me, sometimes I can come up with the lyrics, but this isn't really gonna be all that much music. I mean, it's gonna be music, but it's gonna be a VO, voiceover work. There'll be a little bit of chorus stuff, because that's what Mark said he wanted. So I don't know what, I know what I'm supposed to talk about, but I don't know how I'm gonna say it. So the idea is, I'm gonna start a groove. He wants about 4 to 4.5 minutes worth of music. So I'm gonna just start an electro pop groove on the drums and go from there and see what happens. So first thing I do is I open up Pro Tools. By the way, this is not my studio. This studio is the studio in Tacoma that I'm staying at. Sansi and Jeff run a sound company called Pentacle Sounds. And Pentacle Sounds does a lot of live shows where they have the lights and they've got the sound system for live concerts. But Jeff's real excited and has Pro Tools here in the studio. And he's foolishly invited me to come and take over his studio. So all I need right now is a couple new tracks. I'll start out, MIDI is my friend. I'll make 4 because I know I'm going to need them. Just 4 MIDI tracks. There's 4 MIDI tracks. And a master. Always have to have a master in there, because the master is the one that controls the on and off volume overall. And when you set up there's all sorts of silliness that gets set up, and I'll try to make it fast. But when you set up a MIDI track, you got to make it talk to. Oh, you know, I need to pull out of this just for a second because I forgot. Let's save it. Pull out, because I forgot you have to turn on your keyboard first before you turn on Pro Tools, because otherwise it doesn't realize that that there is a keyboard there. I'm going to save that actually. Save settings. My favorite. Okay. See, that feels kind of slow to me. So, because I know he wants energy. So the first thing we'll do is kick it up probably. Let's try 150 beats per minute. You know, actually, probably what I should do is go check, because he's given me some references, And the best thing to do is go check those references and find out what beat. Because there's a standard beat that they use in hip hop and stuff. It's a tempo, and that sounds pretty close. But I'm gonna go check it, and I'll be back, and I'll talk to you then. So you don't have to wait for this. I'll see you in a second. All right. Okay. So I did a little research, and everything I'm finding on EDM, which is electronic dance music, which is what Mark's asked me for, is coming in at about 260 beats a minute. So that's what I've set up in Pro Tools. There's your click. And the next thing to do is to drop in a downbeat, big kick drum. So let's see. Right there, that's our downbeat. That's your kick drum. And let's see, that is located here. This is the fun part, because I don't even have to play this stuff if I don't want to. That's the beauty of this. There's a lot of this goes on when you start doing anything. It's like you just kind of pull things in and out, play with things in and out, and figure out what you're doing. Basically, the whole idea is just to lay down one original groove, and from there you build it up. So I'll probably just do this right now. Get very close up to my 4 minutes. Yep. 410, 420 is what he said. So that's good enough. I'll get some downbeats in here. I'm going to take a break from you guys and finish getting that thump clap, thump track in, and then I'll bring you back in and show you what else to do with it. Because right now this is all I got. Turn the click off for a second. There you go. So that's what I've got. And that's not going to last very long before that happens. It doubles time. And from there, I'm probably going to pick up some sort of a groove, and as soon as I figure that out, I'll get back to you. So, there you go. So, back again. What I went ahead and did was, I went ahead and put in 2 different tracks. One is that kick drum that I'd started up, and then I put on top of it, hitting exactly at the same time, was a cymbal. Because what I've been listening to has told me that the rhythm track of EDM is pretty basic. It's like just one beat. You kind of get that going on, and then the rest of it is conveyed in the music part of it. So I've got a track fluffed out. I'm going to try some stuff. We'll see what to do. What I've got, like I said, is I've got this setup right here is where I've got the drum track coming in. And then cymbals come in. And then drum doubles. So there you go. That's what I've got so far. I'm going to try just popping in a little bit of music that I like. Start from the beginning here. I'm just going to record, hopefully just record the MIDI. Yep, there's the MIDI. I got a cool voice that I like. So, I will take you this way so you can see where I am. Got my keyboard here. And we'll just do a little something quick and short here and see what happens. So we got that now. Let's see what it does. Put it in the computer in the MIDI. Now what I do is I'll go back, and since I have a brace on my hand, I don't play it as good as I could. We will first off quantize it, which gets everybody in the right places, all the right lengths, most of the right lengths. I can clean them up later. When a real player plays, they've got different touches and different strength of how they hit a note. With computerized music, I like to keep the velocity all at the same level, because it's just that way. It's just solid. It gives you that electronic feel, not so much the human end of it. Cleaned it all up. Let's play it. Now, okay, so I like that. I'm liking that. I think what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and record that. Also, listening to it again a second time gives me more of an idea. I can sit there and think, what do I want to do next? And see, that's what I was hearing right at the end there. I was like, yeah, I'm hearing some more drum stuff. I have no idea what it is. But I'm gonna go find it. So, as soon as I find it, I'll let you know, and I'll show it to you. Alright. So, I found the voices I like, and I just put a quick little accent in, so that as you're going along, you start your drum track. Cymbals. Double the drum track. So that's going to have some sort of a big on it, and I have no idea what that's going to be. But while I was doing that, it occurred to me that a bass would be really nice. So that's what I'm going to lay next. Start it up here at the top again. It's a fun little bass part. I'll take you around. You can follow me over here to the keyboard. Just a little bit. There we go. I think you can see that. Sort of. You can sort of see that. Need a cameraman, that's what I need. Alright. So let's try this. I'm going to have to hold it. There's a naughty key. Let's see if I can. Okay, that's good. Let's see. Are we ready to rock and roll? Here we are. do now is I'll clean it up and you'll hear it when I'm done. So, okay, so I've been busy, had some dinner, done some stuff. I ended up with a bass track that got all cleaned up, and I laid it down for you. And it is right here. And I added remember that thing I was telling you about, that at the end of the rhythm section it would have this little, yeah, well, I put that in there too. So there you go. So this is what I got so far. And there you go. So that's what I got. And I had added a second offbeat drum hit. So you got the kick drum in there, but you've also got an offset beat that happens right at that point. Right here. Because when I listened to it back, I realized that it was moving too slow, and I needed to kick it. And I'm trying to keep the tempo that I have, but animate the drums more so it gives it an extra kick. So there we go. So that's that. Now the next thing to do is to start the next little section. And not only did I do a little bit of study while I was taking my break here, I was listening to other stuff to give me an idea of where to go next. I've also got the beginning of the VO written, so it's mostly a spoken word. At this point where you hear the little in there, and that's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it the. When you hear the, that's when there's probably going to be some sort of music thing. I don't know what. Probably some lyrics that are like half sung, half chanted, and we'll go from there. And I'll see what I can do. But for right now, I'm going to go take another little break, figure out exactly the notes that I want on the voice that I want, and then I'll show you how I put it in. So give me another minute and I'll be right back with you. Bye. All right, so I figured out the part I want and I got it, and it is a short little piece. The idea is that you've got to keep this thing different and moving. That's one of the things that I've noticed about the EDM is that it's only short little bursts of patterns, and so you get a pattern, you repeat it twice or 4 times. You have to use 2s and 4s unless you do a little bit of music manipulation because your ear wants to hear that. We're trained to hear things in 2s and 4s if you're in 4/4 time. Even if you're in 6/4 time or 6/8, if you're in 6/8, you'll still hear things in sets of 4 phrases, you know, or 4 lines in a chorus. So that's what's going on here. So this is what I ended up with shortly, just a little bit before that thing again. You let it break for a second, and then now, right about there is where I want to hear something else. So something like that, where it's going opposite of the rhythm. That'll drive it even faster. So that's what I'm going to go do. Is I will go and program that in. I haven't done it yet, so give me a second. I'll just set up a new little place to do this. Get ready to go. All right. So, can you see me? Yeah, you can sort of see me. Yeah, I'm working up here on the upper part of the keyboard, so I'm not sure you can really see it anyway, but we'll try it. We'll see how far we get. You ready? Here we go. There we go. Now I'm going to go clean that up and put it for real. Basically, once I've played it into the machine, then I can clean it up, make it exactly perfect, and then the computer will play it back for me the way I wanted to play it, because my fingers don't work the same way. I am not Fox Amore. I wish I was, but I'm not. One day I'll get better at playing keyboard, but not today. So until then, I'll see you in a few. Okay, so I got the part. Here it is. There's our little thingy. You let it rest a minute, and then this is the part I added. So I like this groove, and as I'm listening to it, I heard something else, and I couldn't help myself. I had to do this. I'm a sucker for rounds. So that's as far as I've gotten. What I'm now starting to hear as I'm listening to this, I'm starting to hear the vocals that are going to go in. So I'm probably going to write those down, figure those out, and then come back to you. There's some things that are just, they take too long, and they're just, there are some secrets that are best kept secret. That's going to tick all of you off. But truly, there's just some parts about it that you have to just sit there and play with it, and you listen to it over and over and over and over again, and you try different stuff. And that part of the mess, you don't have enough time to watch on a video. I would hope that you're like off doing something like for real life. But yeah, so I'm trying to spare you those parts and trying to show you the other ones. But no, I have been my little piece of paper here that I wrote down when I was talking to Mark had a bunch of words. I mean, we're just talking stuff, and he threw out words and I threw out words, and so that's really all I've got. All I've got is a bunch of little words, and actually this kind of music works really well with that. It works very well with repetitive patterns. And so I'm probably going to find some vocal pattern and make it repeat itself over what we've got right here. Um, we'll see where I go from there. It's getting late at night here, so I'm probably gonna close shop for tonight. I'll start it up again tomorrow. I'll see you then, and see what else I've got in store for how this thing's going together. So far, so good. So I took a day off, and needed it. Gonna continue on. If you hear the dogs barking, don't worry about it. It's a good thing that I'm working on MIDI right now, because MIDI goes directly into a system and you can record without ever having to touch the open air. So if your dogs are barking in the backyard, it's okay. They're having way too much fun out here. They love to come. Anyway, so I left you guys with a round the other night, and since then I've been thinking. I've added some lyrics to back up in that area where that round is starting to go. There's lyrics that I've already written. I'll get to that later. But it occurred to me that something I had been wanting to try is, and this would be a perfect place to do it, to change the music a little bit, is there's that new thing that they're doing. If you watched Greatest Showman, or there's a couple commercials on TV that do it, where there's it's a group thing. It sounds like a group voice, and you usually have like thump and clap, and you have these vocals that are like just open vowel sounds, and it's a chant, and it's usually you'll have female and male an octave apart, as best as I can tell. I'm just listening to it and guessing. They're an octave apart, and they're moving as one in unison. And I thought, that's one of those things that everybody is getting used to hearing. It's a very common little music trick to use. And since we are talking Vegas here, I figured I might as well pull out all the stops. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to record this part in MIDI. Got everything all set up, and you'll get to hear what I'm up to. And of course I will record it. You guys can watch me record it, and I'll clean it up, and then I'll play it for you after I get it, and we'll see what's going on. But until then, you get to watch this. And, yeah, sorry. We had to move things a little bit around, so things aren't quite where I left them. That happens in this studio. Alright, so here we go. Well, I got busy talking to you guys and I completely forgot what it was I wanted to play. I played something that's not what I originally intended. Give me a minute and I'll fix it, and I'll get it the way I want it. Just have to go back up here and play in my MIDI. It'll take me a few minutes. You just heard what I played. You'll see what I do with it after this. So, alright, it's tedious. You don't need to see it. Actually, I'm looking at it again. I determined it was going to be much easier just to re-record it. Because that was awful. That was not what I wanted. So, alright, we're going to try this again. This time, hopefully I'll get it right. Let's see. it doesn't help to have a bum hand. That's all I'm saying. I need to be a lot more careful with this thing. I had to take the brace off to play. So anyway, let me go fix this, clean it up, and I'll show you what we got. All right, so bear with me. I realized when I was watching that last part of the video, you really couldn't hear what I was doing. I'm going to try to see what I can do to make that easier as I go along. I've got two different systems here. One day when I get a GoCam, this will all be cooler. Until then, you'll just have to put up with me. Get more Patreons, and then I'll get a new camera. I'm just kidding. All right, so what I got here is, I went ahead and cleaned up the bass and recorded it a little bit. This is what I got, and I'm going to do some improvements, and I'll show you what I'm doing as I get there. So here we go. This is what we got so far. One of the things I want to do, this is pretty much keeping the same groove that I had with the offbeats going on it. What I think I want to do, change it up, since I've got it stretched out for 2 sets of 4. What I want to do, I'm going to go back in here. I can see what I'm doing. Let's see. This is where the groove starts. I always put markers in here. The markers tell me where things happen, and I can find them quickly. That's not it. Okay. So what I want to do is, I want to go ahead and make duplicates of these two, the cymbals and the offbeat tracks. We'll make duplicates of them, and I'm going to take out these sections right here. I think that's it. See how that just changed it? It just went, focuses it down. Because this is just a bass line. This bass line may not even be here. I may just do vocals and leave it. And that's where I should have kicked it in again. Whoops. Alright, hold on, stop it. That's where I needed to kick it in. Came in just, I overestimated. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Now I got it the way I like it. Yeah, so put a marker in there. I know that's also where something new happens. But yeah, this may not even have the bass in it. I'm putting the bass in there as a melody reference for myself. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go record the vocals over it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I can hear what it is. I'm sure that I could Google it on the internet, but I tend to just use my ear. Part of that I think is good, because if you Google something, you find out exactly how it's done, then you can do it exactly the way it's done. If you don't know, and you're listening, and you hear something, and you think that's what it is, and you go to do it, there's a possibility that that's not what was there, and you heard something else. And what you've actually done is create a variation of something that is now uniquely your own. And that's kind of what music is. When you want to be a musician and you want to learn your own, you want to come up with your own style, you copy everybody else at first, but after a while you think you're copying them, but what's happened is you've done little changes along the way and didn't realize what you've done. And the next thing you know, that's your style. And people go, I know that sound, that's so-and-so. That's just my theory. Did I mention that I'm going to use this as soapboxing every so often because I have you as captive audience? All right. Anyway, I'm going to, what am I going to do now? When I listened to this, I was hearing something else that was coming in. Because this is the last part. And it's going to have a series of lyrics on it. What are the lyrics? All right. When you dream, then suddenly you'll find you use the rhythm of your mind. When you dream, then suddenly you'll find you'll use the rhythm of your mind. Oh, 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 oh. So that's what I'm hearing in there, and probably chances are that that is going to be some rapid fire lyrics, which I have no idea what they're going to be. So yeah, give me a minute and I'll figure those out. Like I said, it might be tedious, so I'll if I find something that I think you guys will want to know about, I'll pull you back in. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit here and repeat this thing over and over and over and over in my head. And when I do that, things start to happen. So, like I said, anybody else, it would probably drive them bug nuts to listen to that over and over and over again. So I'm not going to do that to you. I'm just going to do it here by myself in my own little room. And I'll get back on you later. Okay? Okay. All right. So I am really glad that you're here. And the reason I'm glad you're here is because when I tried to recreate that little piece that I was just ranting off just now while you guys were watching, I couldn't remember what it was. So I had to replay the camera film to listen to what I made up at the moment, so that I could put it in the keyboard and put it up on the session. So here it is. We got it. Thank you, because I couldn't have done it without you. So here we go. This is as far as I've gotten so far, and I liked it. I liked what I ended up with, and then I heard a harmony part, so I added the harmony part, and it gets better. So here we go. So this is the singing part. Oh, 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 oh. Harmony. Now, when I heard that, yours truly had to come up with lyrics. Not the easiest thing to do. Where to put the rhyming scheme, where to make things accent correctly or not. I decided to err on the not. And this is my little scratch paper. I will sing this for you if I can. Yeah, it was a pain in the butt. I can't do it. Let's start from easy for me to start it. If you want magical mystery and a little eccentricity, you can use ancient history to redefine your every... See? I told you this was a pain in the butt. To watch this. If you want magical mystery and a little eccentricity, you can use ancient history to help you redefine your every dream and self-esteem by accessing the stream of undeveloped theme that lies within the very rhythm of your mind. And then it repeats itself. Guess what? I'm going to copy and paste that because I'm not going to be able to sing it and breathe. Why did I do this to myself? It's electronic, that's why. It's actually kind of fun. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely... I practiced it when you weren't here. And I can do it in one breath. But I can only do one pass of it in one breath. So I'm gonna do it once, and then I'm gonna copy and paste it again. And it's gonna sound really cool. And I'm probably gonna do something weird with my voice anyway on this song, because the whole idea is what Mark wanted. He wanted electro dance music. He wanted EDM. So one of the things I want to do is do something obnoxious to my voice, which I would normally never do.
But it makes it sound good. I mean, I don't know why we need a computer to make us sound like this. I can do it all by myself.
But you know, hey. So anyway, that's where I stand right now. I haven't figured out where I want to go from here. So probably what I'm going to do is kick back for a little minute. I'm going to put you guys on pause for a second, and I'm just going to play this over and over again in my head and see what else happens, because that's how I have to do this. Oh, and did I mention I think I finally came up with the title of this piece. I think it's going to be called Rhythm of the Mind. Go fig. So all right, so that's that, and I'll be back with you guys soon enough. See you. All right, so I've been busy since I saw you last. I fibbed. I didn't just put you on pause. I turned off the computer for the rest of the night. But I did figure out where I was going to go, and I thought about it, and I realized that one of the things that Mark wants this piece for is an introduction to the Hypnotica show. So he's going to want to talk over it. And I figured what I would do is I'd give him a little bit of nonsense that he can talk over. So I left you guys with that harmony thing going on. And I put a few little drum accents in there just to end it. And then I started this new thing. So I'll just take you up about halfway through that. Actually, I'll start you at where it goes into the harmony part. That's the harmony part. This is the part I've written the words for that I can only do in one breath. Yeah, right. Who thought of that? So they're done talking, and I'll probably put something else. Now, you've got this little pad here that's just going to go on for a random amount of time while Mark sits there and comes out and goes, "Hey everybody, blah blah blah, this is really great, I'm glad you're here in Vegas, so everybody have a great time, blah blah blah, we're gonna get some of you suckers to come up here, we're gonna put you under trance and make you do silly things and laugh at you." No, that's not actually what he says, but anyway, so he's gonna do all that, and it takes us up to probably about 3 minutes, and he wanted 4, and I thought best thing to do is recap the old themes. So I bring in back the vocaling that's going on, that big chant vocal thing. That goes a little bit, and then that original theme that started the whole thing. I added the bass back in so that it could make a nice transition too. And we're going to redo that vocal as well. And I'm probably going to be adding a bunch more stuff right here to just really start moving this thing up. And brought the big chorus back in again underneath it. There's going to be stuff that starts just amping up and up and up and up. I'm going to do that tomorrow. And I had to figure out how to end it. There you go. It's ended. So that's my full 4 minutes. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go get everything set up, and Sansi's going to give me a hand, and you guys get to watch me record all the vocals that go to this thing. Ha! Good luck for me. All right, I'll see you in a few seconds. Bye. Bye, Patreon. All right, so I'm going to start recording, and go back and hit Control Z. There you go, and it should be fine. I was about to tell you that Sansi is volunteering to help me record, and she just proved it because she just started recording. So you're fine. Too many buttons. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna do the voiceover, which is just the introduction part of it, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear or not. We'll see. I might be able to do something about this when I put all this footage together. This is an experiment, like I said. We're just trying this to see if it'll work, and hopefully you guys will be okay with it. So yeah, just the voiceover for right now, and then we'll go from there to the actual singing. So, all right, when you are ready, and you're not going to hear any background either because we're in an open studio, and you don't want the speakers getting into the microphone, so you're only going to hear me. It's not quite as fun, but yeah, that's the way it is around here. All right, so yeah, go ahead. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a fantastic experience where the rhythm of the mind becomes the reality of the moment. Hypnotica proudly presents to you an adventure in what we call electro theater. Music and sound command the mind to unlock your hidden potentials using the beat of hypnopop and the spoken word. Come, release your inner power with the rhythm of your mind. This is why I like voiceovers, because they are one-take wonders. I'm probably just going to go with that one and keep it. It sounds fine to me, I think. All right, so now we're going to start doing the actual vocals, and we'll see how far I get.
Record?
Yep.
Whenever you're ready.
Rhythm, magic, mystery, within fantastic history. Rhythm, magic, mystery, within fantastic history. When you dreamed and suddenly you'll find you use the rhythm of your mind. When you dreamed and suddenly you'll find you use the rhythm of your mind. When you dream then suddenly you'll find you use the rhythm of your mind. When you dream then suddenly you'll find you use the rhythm of your mind. When you dream then suddenly you'll find you use the rhythm of your mind. Okay, do it again. We're going to do 5 takes of this so that I can choose 3 of them, because I'm trying to do what's a layering effect, because I want lots of voices. So we're going to try and see what happens here when I do this. When you dream then suddenly you'll find you use the rhythm of your mind. When you dream then suddenly you'll find you use the rhythm of your mind. Yay. What, 2 more?
Mm-hmm.
2 more. All right. This is what we do over and over and over again. And when you dream then suddenly you'll find you use the rhythm of your mind. Uno mas.
Uno mas.
I'm liking it. This is why I'm a musician, not a comedian. All right. I need a new track. One that I can record. I'll stop. I'll keep my day job. Okay. Here we go. When you dream, then suddenly you'll find you use the rhythm of your mind. Can we do that one again?
Yeah, Control Z is my friend.
Control Z is my friend. I forgot to count. I was like, where am I? I forgot to count. By the time you do 5 of them, you're getting a little buggy. That's how that works. All right, let's try it again. Timber.
And track 6. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Rhythm, magic, mystery, within fantastic history. Rhythm, magic, mystery, within fantastic history. When you dream, then suddenly you'll find you use the rhythm of your mind. When you dream, then suddenly you'll find you use the rhythm of your mind. When you dream, then suddenly you'll find you use the rhythm of your mind. When you dream, then suddenly you'll find you use the rhythm of your mind. When you dream, then suddenly you'll find you use the rhythm of your mind. Yay, and I did it right. All right, so now I'm going to cue up the next section. I'm going to do that. And give me a minute so that I can show Sansi what she's got to do next. Oh, right, yeah. Forgot. Sansi's like, get that thing away from me. All right.
I hates it.
All right. I hope you guys can hear all these side comments. I don't know. I'm going to probably have to pump up the volume on this thing. I have no idea what this video is coming out like. We'll just have to see. All right. Are we ready? We're gonna do the Winky invasion on the Wicked Witch of the West's castle. Trust me, you'll understand what I'm talking about in a minute. All right? No laughing. Oh, 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 All right, now one of the things I want to do is, that was a learning experience for me, because what I need to do is, there was a voice in there that you remember those voices I told you about that get really, really busy that I had to write lyrics for because they just needed lyrics for them? They got in my way intonationally, and I could not hear what I needed to hear to keep myself in tune. So, we're changing that, and I just muted them so that I don't have to listen to them. So, there we go. And there we go. You're all set up for the next one. Yeah, it's actually a very tricky, it sounds simple, but this line is actually very tricky intonationally because it's like got little walking half steps that go up and down. And if you don't nail them, they aren't pretty. So here we go. I should probably count. That helps. See, the bad thing about being able to do this in studio and have things that are so easily corrected, you don't have to practice. You can get away without knowing what the heck you're doing because you fix it in the mix. Not the best recommendation, but you know, professionals don't. Professionals actually do know what they're doing before they even walk into a studio, but since I'm not paying for this studio time, I can make it up as I go, which is a luxury and a naughtiness as well. So I'm trying to yeah, because without the cues, see, I took the other instruments out. Without those cues, I forget how long I'm supposed to do this. But I think it's in 4. I think it's 4 times through. So let's just give me another track, and we'll try it again. And what I'll do is I'll maybe even cheat out a little bit and watch the video. And it'll tell me. I was right. I got it right. It was in 4. All right, let's do another one of those, just like that. Next track down. Okay. Next. One more, 2 more, whatever.
2 more.
2 more? Well, actually, we'll do those 2 and then we'll add a 3rd track just to be safe.
Okay.
Add a 5th one or 6th one or 7th one, whatever.
We're on 6.
All right, next. Feel like a redhead. Next. Oh, sorry. That's a naughty joke. Shut up and sing, Alexander. All right.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Now, I'm probably going to have Jeff and Sancy help me on this one, but I'm wondering if I should try one in a higher octave just to see. So, if you want to give me another new track.
8. 1.8. It might have something, a reference.
Huh?
It would help to have as a reference.
To have those?
Yeah, the higher. At least one higher. What you were just
Oh, for you, yeah. Yeah. So just give me a new one. I'll try and do like maybe 5 of these.
Well, so we're doing 1.8?
Yep, let's do 1.8.
Okay. Is it going to create a list just like this?
It'll fall right into it. It'll just do the same, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
It'll just be there.
You just-
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Just trying to blow it out. This is what I get to listen to. This is what you get to listen to. All right.
Okay.
Yep. That's how we take a sow's ear and make it into a silk purse. Ready? Okay.
3, 2, 1, mark.
All right, so I was experimenting there, and I got a lot of information. The information is I have to keep that voice in a very certain space because if I don't, it cracks. I don't know if you got to hear that one, but it was cracky. So it's just do a couple more. Now that I know where to find that voice, I'll find it and keep it. Are we ready?
Yep.
All
Let me
right.
do a new.
Give me a new track. What? Oh, she likes the singing. It's her range. We have a little girl cat here who is didn't get to the vet soon enough, so she's in her little kitten way, and she's hearing me sing and apparently wants to sing along. Is she stopped?
For now.
For now.
Should I go check and see?
Let's just try it and see.
Okay.
If she sings along, maybe it may not pick up. Sometimes this mic actually doesn't pick up stuff out here. And what you hear may not actually come
She was in key.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Maybe what? 2 more? Okay. That's about all I can do before I pass out.
Heading on 1.13, we're at 1.12.
All right. Now we get to the problem child. This is that miserable little lyric that I wrote that takes way too many words and does not breathe at all. This one's important, not to breathe. There are 4 phrases and I have to do them all in one breath. So I'm going to get you to take a pause for a minute while I warm this up and make sure I can actually pull it off. And then I'm going to bring you back in here when I'm ready to do my trick, okay? So see you in a second. All right, so I'm back. And what's going on is I had an executive decision. As I was practicing this, I thought to myself that it was done in sections where it's like there's 4 phrases, but then those 4 phrases get repeated again. And I'm like, how am I going to loop this around on itself? And I'm thinking of how to layer it. And I realized I was better off breaking it into 2 sections. So the first 2 phrases are going to be done separate, and then the second 2 phrases are going to be done on a separate track, and they're going to overlap. That way I can breathe. I think it's going to sound a lot better anyway, and you'll hear it when I get there. I'll be able to put all this together tomorrow, and I'll show you what I do as I put it together tomorrow, but you're just getting to see the recording part of it now. So I have Mr. Jeff Sloan behind the wheel for me today. So I don't care. I'm an equal opportunity employer. So we are all warmed up. We are ready. We are armed. We are dangerous. You just go ahead and hit the button and I'll try and do my trick. If you want magical mystery and a little eccentricity, you can use ancient history to help you redefine. That's all we need to do. Let's do like 5 of those. Actually 6. We'll do 6 of them, or 7. Let's do 7, just to be simple. If you want magical mystery and a little eccentricity, you can use ancient history to help you redefine. Yes, I'm counting with my fingers. It's easier that way. If you want magical mystery and a little eccentricity, you can use ancient history to help you redefine. Okay. So we got 7, right, total? Mm-hmm. Okay, new track, and I'm going to do the second half, so I won't come in, I'll just let that go. your every dream and self-esteem by accessing the stream of undeveloped theme that lies within the very rhythm of your mind. This one's tricky. For some reason, that last phrase is hard for me to get the intonation. So let's try out another one. Your every dream and self-esteem by accessing the stream of undeveloped theme that rise within the very rhythm of your mind. Blech. Who wrote this? Oh wait, that's me. Next. Your every dream and self-esteem by accessing the stream of undeveloped theme that lies within the very rhythm of your mind. All right. Can you find the end part that I had you do? If it showed a track there, then
Yeah, it showed a track there.
then we re-recorded over it.
How did I do that?
Tell you what. Why don't we just
Control Z, I guess?
No. There's a sneaky thing that Pro Tools is great for. Pro Tools never forgets anything. I'm going to go take a moment and find what we just misplaced. Hi, Patreon. It's been a couple days since I saw you last. I've been recording the vocals for everything and putting them in the session, getting them all in there. Everything's where it's supposed to be. Now it's all the fun part. I thought you might want to be around for some of that. Just making stuff up and putting it in where I think we need something different. So here you go. Hopefully you can see and hear stuff. We're going to start up at the top where we always start, because you guys haven't heard any of this anyway. And I'm just going to start doing my thing. So here we go. Yeah, that's an explosion. You heard it right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a... Let me do that again, because I was busy talking to you and I missed it. All right, here we go. Yep, got it. Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a fantastic experience where the rhythm of... Nah, I want to do that one again. All right. Stop fooling around, Mr. Alexander. Well, it is midnight, so, you know, it's the best time in the world. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a fantastic experience where the rhythm of the mind becomes the reality of the moment. Hypnotica proudly presents to you an adventure in what we call electro-theater. Music and sound command the mind to unlock your hidden potentials using the beat of hypnopop and the spoken word. Come, release your inner power with the rhythm of your mind. Rhythm magic. Okay, that's part of it. And then we're going to go from there to a different voice. Where is it? Somewhere. Ah, there it is. Okay. Like I said, I'm making things up at this point. I have no idea what I'm going to do next. I'm just going to do stuff. So, yeah. Rhythm, magic, mystery. Within fantastic history. Rhythm, magic, mystery. Can you see? Within fantastic history. When you dream and so All right, so yeah, I'm gonna have to go clean that up a little bit because there was some stuff that worked and some stuff that didn't. So I'll be back in a minute. Hey Patreon. I had to take a break. By the time I was done, it was about 4 o'clock in the morning. I got excited. I got it all down. It's all roughly mixed. I'm going to hand it off to the producer and see what he thinks. But I'll go ahead and show you what I can explain it a little bit as I go, if you want me to explain it. But I was going to probably sneak you guys a version of it anyway, just so that you can hear it. You can go, I know what he did. I'll probably leave the VO off of it, and you can just enjoy it as a strange little piece of Alexander music. But anyway, what I did was I fixed that organ part that you saw me playing, and didn't do much more after that except just kind of level things. The place where I have the voices that went into a round, I had to raise and lower the volumes so that one peaks out over the other, so that it has that sound that you're looking for when you listen to a round. Voices come up and go away, and important parts of the song get stressed, and there's this arc that you can hear as the voices come in and out of each other. So I did a little bit of mixing to enhance that, and let's see, added a little bit of drum in the middle part where I'm intending him to just be able to talk over it and stuff. But I realized that he might appreciate a cue, a audio cue, to know, wrap it up, stop talking, because the voices are going to come back in. So I gave him a little bit of a drum click that's kind of off beats, and I'll just kind of let you listen to it as we go here. But everything's pretty much ready to go. I'm kind of excited. I've never done this before, so be kind. Whatever you think of this, be kind. Here we go. I rounded that explosion a little bit so that it doesn't,
ladies and gentlemen,
get too rough.
to a fantastic experience where the rhythm of the mind becomes the reality of the moment. Hypnotica proudly presents to you an adventure in what we call electro theater. Music and sound command the mind to unlock your hidden potentials using the beat of hypnopop and the spoken word. Come, release your inner power with the rhythm of your mind.
Pick it up.
Rhythm, magic, mystery, within fantastic history. Rhythm, magic, mystery, within fantastic history.
And this is the part of the round that I went ahead and fixed levels.
When you dream and suddenly you'll find you use the rhythm of your mind. When you dream and suddenly you'll find you use the rhythm of your mind. When you dream and when you dream and when you dream and suddenly you'll find you use the rhythm.
Bring the bass in. Bring that organ up real slow. And to tweak that organ a little, There's your clip. Added that in so that he knows. Wrap it up. Gets a little bit bigger. Added a cymbal. Basically wanted it to go as crazy as it could right here. And it's done. So there you go. Like I said, I'll probably try to make a little mix of this without the front part of the VO, and you can just enjoy it as a little piece of strangeness. And let me know if you like this sort of thing, and I'll try and do more of it. And if there's other things that you think you might have gotten left out of and you wanted to see, let me know. I'll see what I can do. Thank you guys so much, by the way. I'm getting sentimental. I can't help it. It's just, it's constantly, it's maybe because I'm tired this morning, but it's, it means a lot. You guys, you mean a lot to me. I could not be doing what I'm doing without your support. So thank you, and I will continue to make music and give you guys something every month. And until next time we see each other, be good to yourselves, have fun, and enjoy.